Hey guys, Nour here, and today's video is actually not like the ones I usually make. It's pretty chill. As you can see, I'm not even in my studio, I'm just in my room, and there's Skylar behind me swimming, just living the life. I just want to talk a little bit about my editorial process for my book, what I'll be expecting out of my publishing process over the next few months and year, and just what you guys will probably see more from me in the next couple of months. I'm not really sure how often I'll be making videos like this one, but I do want to start making one at least once a week. Alongside my Monday and Wednesday videos, I'll probably be making an additional Friday videos like this one. So you'll have one advice, one writing humor, and I guess a chill video like this one where I just kind of update you on my author journey and just book stuff. If you've been following me for a while, you probably know that I'm currently publishing my novel Divinity Falling, or I'm in the process of publishing. Basically, my novel is going to take roughly a year before I could publish it. And that's because currently I have 2 editors working on it, or they will be working on it, and starting in May 2019, that's when my cover designer will be making me my cover and doing the interior formatting. So that's kind of why it's going to take a year. I wanted to have my book already finished by the end of this year, but because of some circumstances, I kind of couldn't do that. But I'm liking this new schedule because now I have more time to market my book, let you know what's going on, how the process is going, and basically figure it all out. This is my first time doing it right. I've self-published before, but this is my first time getting an editor, getting a cover designer, and just about putting everything out in the world professionally the way it should be made. So I'm still learning everything, and I have so much more to learn and so much more to tell you. So a year is actually perfect because now I can learn everything and get to tell you all about it and hopefully share my experience with you guys and be able to recommend, you know, how to successfully publish your own novels. So I actually just sent my editor my novel yesterday. She has my manuscript, and for the next 3 weeks she'll be working on it, and then she'll send it back to me to look through everything, make sure everything is the way I want it, and then I send it back to her, and then she goes through another round and makes sure everything is the way it should be before sending it back to me. And then I have another editor who will be doing the proofreading a few days later. So I have to basically go through it one more time, make sure everything is flawless before I send it back to that second editor in November. I don't remember the exact date, but it's sometime in November. I think somewhere like November 5th or 10th, something like that. So that's when my second editor needs the second manuscript, or the revised manuscript. And once she has it, she has a team of 2 people who will go through my novel once. Well, one of them will go through it once and make sure there aren't any errors, there's no like punctuation, grammar, misspelling, that kind of thing. Correct anything that's there. And then the second person in that team will go through it one more time. And then my editor, the second editor, will go through it one more time, so that's like a third look at it, and then I get the final revised manuscript. So at that point I would have my novel, it would have gone through 5 revisions between my first editor, second editor, and that editor's team. So that's almost 5 revisions, and that's aside from my own revisions that I've done over the past 2 years, which I can't even count how many times I've revised that novel, probably like 20. So the reason I have two editors is because the first one is actually my line editor, and a line editor basically goes through the novel, makes sure that the characters, the flow, sentence structure, plot, all of that just makes sense, it's coherent, and if there's something off, she basically makes corrections or gives me feedback and kind of like writes notes telling me, hey, this character could be improved this way, or this scene has too much telling and not enough showing, that kind of thing. And of course she does do kind of like a proofread, check for grammar, misspelling, that kind of thing, but mostly she's just checking for, you know, the story. My second editor is the one who will go through it and proofread. Like I said, her team basically is supposed to look for grammar, mistakes, misspellings, whatever it is, punctuations. That's what they do, that's their job. So first editors has a different job. Although she's also an editor, they're both editors, but each one has a different job. And the reason I have two editors is because, one, it was just cheaper for me to do it that way, and one had a better deal for the line editing, while the other one had a better deal for the proofreading. So it just made sense for me to do it that way. Another reason I have two editors is because my first editor recommended that I have more than one. And that is because editors can get blinded to the text just as much as us writers do. After reading it so many times, we stop seeing the mistakes. So for her to go through it and line edit, and then to go through again after I've gone through it and line edit again, and then to have to do another round of proofreading at that point, her mind can't process all the mistakes because she's seen it so many times. That's kind of what made me think, okay, maybe, you know, she's onto something and I should look for another editor to work alongside her. That's kind of what's going on with my book right now. As I said, yesterday she got my manuscript. In November, sometimes like early November, I send my manuscript again to my second editor, who gets to work on it for roughly 3 more weeks, if I'm not wrong. I'm not familiar too much with that schedule, I have to look through my calendar, but roughly 3 weeks, then I get the novel. So by December, I would say, by December my novel should be completely edited, which is really exciting because that's pretty much the final version of my novel, and I'm really, really excited. The only thing that remains is the cover design, and I found a great cover designer for my book. They do a fantastic job, and I'll do a video later talking about the process of finding a cover designer and how I found my editors, but for now I just want to talk about the process of my own book publishing. I have my book scheduled for May 21st, and they'll get to basically go through this questionnaire that I sent them, or they sent me, that I filled out, and basically it dives right into what my book is about, what kind of cover I want, what kind of cover I don't want, colors that I want in my book cover that I really find compelling, basically anything that I'm kind of imagining in my head for my cover. And if I have any character art designs that I want to share with them just to kind of inspire them. So they'll have all those things in May, and they'll work on my book cover, and that should take roughly 4 weeks if it works out like the first time. So 4 weeks, and then in July I'll have my cover, hopefully. So in my head I'm thinking sometime in late July. Sorry, I made a mistake. In June I'll have my cover, like mid-June I'd have my cover, and then I'm thinking either in July, like late July, or if I want more time, maybe late August, sometime around then is when I'll publish my book. I'm not 100% sure on that date yet. It's just kind of in my head, trying to figure out when the best time is, because I still have to do the marketing, I still have to get advanced reader copy out to other readers so that they could basically read the book ahead of time and review it for Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Goodreads, their blog, their YouTube channel, all that kind of stuff. And I'm still trying to figure that out, how to create that entire process. So I'm kind of not choosing a date yet just because of that, because there's still so much research to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I also have to figure out a lot of other things like buying an ISBN number. I'm thinking of doing it on Black Friday since I heard that ISBN numbers are cheaper on Black Friday, so that would be great to do. Just get like a bundle for less. I'll need the multiple ISBN numbers for the ebook, paperback, hardcover, all those things. So yeah, it'll just be good to buy them as a bundle, even though it might be a little more expensive than buying one ISBN number, but I think it'll be cheaper overall. Yeah, that's gonna be my year. But I'm really excited to share it with you and tell you what I've learned. I hope you like these kind of videos. I know they're a little bit longer than my others. You'll still get my advice videos once a week. You'll still get my writing humor once a week. And hopefully you'll get an additional video like this one where I update you on my book. I'll make more videos, hopefully sharing what the writing process is like with my editors in the next coming weeks, because I mean, as of right now, I really don't know what to expect. I sent the manuscript, I'm just waiting. I don't know if I'm gonna get any messages from my editor in the meantime telling me, hey, you know, I have a question, something. I have no idea what to expect. It might just be silent for the next 3 weeks until she sends me back the manuscript. Either way, I'm excited to learn how it's gonna be and to share it with you. It should be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have an awesome weekend. Bye!